coffee roasters truly is a family affair. Ben, Chris and Nick launched the boutique blend more than a decade ago. Now they supply coffee to more than 40 cafes across the Central Coast and Newcastle, roasting more than a tonne per week at their Wyong base.
Out of passion for flavour and creativity, and I think that's something that's always flown in our family.
Director Ben is a self-professed flavour chaser. The trio are aiming towards an interstate operation in 2018, wanting to introduce the Glee philosophy to the Sunshine State, also spilling the beans on a long-term plan to cross the Pacific.
We'd also like to eventually do some stuff overseas too, so that would be fantastic, possibly in America.
The brothers are all too aware of the bittersweet role they play in many coasties' lives, just wanting to bring some extra glee to everyday life, one sip at a time.
For most people, that cup of coffee, that 5 minutes that they get each morning on their way to work, that's their little taste of escapism, and it's something that we really want to respect.
Samantha Long, NBN News.
He's captured the hearts of the nation, but now George the Wombat is moving on to greener pastures. The cuddly critter has called the Australian Reptile Park home for just over a year after his mum was hit and killed by a car. Now he's strong enough to move on, and next month will be transferred to the Cedar Creek Wombat Sanctuary in the Hunter Valley. George has become a worldwide viral sensation, clocking up around 50 million views online and named Australia's most adorable animal. There's no denying sport brings people together, and that rang true in the Hunter this year. From the Newcastle 500 to hosting the Matildas, tonight we take a look back at the big sporting events which defined our year.
Whether it was on the field or off it, we hosted some of the biggest names in the country, drawing unprecedented numbers to the region. Even before the main show rolled into town, most residents were racing to be a part of the supercars action. And while the bitter battle over the Newcastle 500 continued,
it's vandalism. Total, absolute act of vandalism.
Nothing could stop the supercars juggernaut as it rolled into town. Our first spin in the driver's seat hailed a huge success as more than 192,000 fans jostled for pole position over the three-day event. The only thing faster than the cars themselves coming from above. From four wheels to two, Newcastle's Supermoto brought international stars home.
Oh, big move there, but Brian Bayless has got the inside line. Oh, Bayless is down, he just asked too much track.
While in September, the region was swept up in green and gold fever, the Matildas claiming a 3-2 win over Brazil before a record home crowd.
Australia, head over heels about this team.
After years of financial turmoil and ownership limbo, Newcastle's White Knight, West, stepped up to save our beloved team. The club's fate in the hands of its members.
We want the members to be behind us, so we need their support. We need them to vote yes for this. If the vote's no, we will not do it.
97% voting in favour, West's officially taking the reins in November. While this month they outlined plans for a new multi-million-dollar centre of excellence in Broadmeadow. In February, it was a surfing double-header. First up, the country's best surfers battled it out at Newcastle Beach in the Australian Board Riders Finals. Avoca's Matt Wilkinson producing the goods. Then it was Merriweather's turn. As always, Newcastle's signature surfing event, Surffest, drawing in big numbers. Meredith Gibbs, NBN News.
Still to come, why Sydney police will be bearing assault rifles this New Year's Eve.
look, there's one simple thing that we can do right now to protect everything that's important to us. Get real life insurance. You can apply over the phone with no medical or blood test. Simply choose your cover amount up to $1 million. Plus, when you take out cover today, you could get a $100 gift card. Taking out real life insurance is one simple thing you can do right now to protect what matters most. Call 139-959 or search Real Life Insurance.
Last chance, half-year and half-yearly clearance, super deals must end this weekend. Do not miss out. Our hottest prices on a huge range store-wide. The latest technology, the biggest brands, all with our super deal. 5 years interest-free store-wide. That's no deposit, no interest with monthly payments until December 2022. Last chance, half-year and half-yearly clearance, super deals with 5 years interest-free store-wide. Ends this weekend. Hurry, don't miss your chance to save.
Says here you could die.
Pop these on it, dear.
Try prunes.
When it comes to health, not everyone's an expert. But at Amcal, there's always a professional pharmacist available to help. So for expert advice you can trust, just ask Amcal.
Hogs Value Dinner Range starts at 25 delicious menu choices, all under $25 each. So for an amazing family night out, check out our 25 dishes, all for under $25. Head